Welcome to MRPeasy webinars, where we help small manufacturers deal with everyday operational challenges. In this segment, our guest Steve Maurer explains some of the hidden costs of expiring inventory for food manufacturers.
Some of the direct financial costs is if you can't sell it, you don't make any money on that particular product. Uh, and in that case, you've not only wasted all the money on the ingredients or the different foodstuffs that went into your product, especially if it's not a single product. Like in the plant I worked in, we had a single thing. It was a bird, a
Okay.
poultry. And but if you're creating like trade dinners or breakfast bowls or anything like that, you have more than one ingredient in it. So one of the direct financial costs is all the money you sunk into buying that material, all the money you sunk into labor to produce that material. You also have the expenses for your overhead. All of your overhead expenses are basically money, your trash, as one person put it, cash in the trash. It's money down the drain because you spend all that time and money producing a product that you can no longer sell. Then you have the cost of managing that expired inventory. You can't always just throw it in the dumpster. You still need to keep it in storage, especially if it's a perishable product that needs cold storage. That's an additional expense because refrigeration isn't free. Then you have the time and effort to put into documenting what happened, why it happened, maybe even doing root cause analysis if you want to get deep into into the problem and try to keep it from happening again. Then you do have your disposal costs. When you have to take it to a landfill, you have trucking expenses. You got to get the product out there. You've got a contract with a disposal company to bury it in the landfill, or sometimes they incinerate it. A lot of places you will have to incinerate your food, and then the labor involved in it. This is not labor that you're creating a product with. This is labor that you're using to get rid of the expired product. And
And
so it's really a very can be a very huge expense.
in your experience, do most small manufacturers know these more hidden costs? Like everyone knows that if you have an expired product, you can't sell it, but are most businesses aware that of all these hidden things like having to dispose of it, having to store it, the labor to manage it?
I think a lot of them may know about them, but they just really don't think about them. There's a difference. So, yeah, I got to get do this, but they don't really count the cost, you might say, as to what this is really uh, costing me to produce a product that I can't use, and all of these different the storage, the documentation, the disposal, and all this. A lot of small manufacturers fail to understand that this has a major impact on their business.
How does expiring inventory affect cash flow for small manufacturers?
Well, to begin with, we have cash locked and expired stock. You actually paid for that. Here again, you paid for the ingredients to put into that product. You paid for the overhead to make that product, including labor, maintenance on the equipment. I mean, there's a lot of little things that add up, but all that cash was been spent for something that's just going to sit there and can't be sold. Then you have space tied up by unusable inventory. In other words, many small manufacturers don't have that large of warehousing facility. You're tying up that space with stuff that you can't sell, where it could be used and that it speaks to that last point, the less room for incoming materials. You can't put two things in in one spot. Lost opportunity there. And then the ongoing storage, just because something is sitting there doesn't mean it's not costing you anything. And here again, manufacturers that do like fresh foods, poultry, beef, you have that ongoing storage cost of the refrigeration. Even though it's bad, you still got to keep it cold until you dispose of it. And so you tie up a lot of wasted time and money and effort keeping something around that's really just going to go out in the trash anyhow.
What about how it impacts customers?
Okay, a lot of the customers now, the customers here may not be the end user necessarily. The customer can also be the distributors of your product. Say I was a food manufacturer and I sold my product at wholesale to local grocery stores or food outlets, things like that. They're my customers, and if they order a product to keep their stocks shelves stocked, and I can't produce that because all of a sudden I realize, my carrots went bad, let's say, and if I miss enough of those deadlines, uh, they're going to quit using me. They'll find their product elsewhere or a similar product. Just the other day, I bought a big sack of potatoes. I mean, it's like a 10-pound sack. And so I took it home and I put it in the potato drawer. And my granddaughter came walking by. And she goes, "Granddad, something smells." And we were trying to track it down. And when we pulled it out, two of the potatoes in the bottom of the bag were going spoiled. All of a sudden, it's harder for me to trust that brand of potatoes because I got some bad stuff out of it. That's another impact that it can have. There's kind of a sideways impact. Is if all that store that I bought that at, if that's the only brand they have, I'm going to be looking for another store. And now all of a sudden, the people that I sell to are going to lose business because my product is bad. So it has kind of a domino effect. Uh, trust is key in any kind of product based business, and then brand reputation. If it happens enough, and I don't know about you, but I get recall notices all the time, and it's not just in perishable foods, but all kinds. If something gets enough recalls because of, say, a disease like listeria or something like that, the brand reputation takes a big hit.